It begins on a calm and silent ocean, horizon stretching endlessly under a steel-gray sky. Mariners whisper that the sea never truly rests, it watches. Then, without warning, the water beneath turns uneasy, trembling as though something ancient awakens far below. That is where our anomaly begins. No sensor, no buoy, no satellite could predict what happened next. From a surface that looked serene, the sea reared upward, as if the planet itself exhaled. 100 feet of solid water, moving faster than logic, rose toward the heavens. People on deck described it not as a wave, but as a wall. Scientists call them rogue waves, but the truth runs deeper than any scientific term. These monsters appear where opposing currents clash, twisting energy like a coiled spring until balance snaps. In that instant, the ocean becomes a weapon of pure physics, one forged in chaos and unleashed without mercy. For centuries, sailors told tales the world dismissed as superstition. They spoke of sudden towers of water striking from nowhere in dead calm seas. Now, satellite data confirms those legends were not myth, they were warning signs. Yet the ocean hides more than it reveals. In the early hours of dawn, light breaks across a restless surface. Beneath it, invisible forces churn, countercurrents, vortices, and subsurface ridges remixed by Earth's slow tectonic dance. Pressure builds quietly, and then, one shift too many, reality bends upward in liquid form. The ship's radar might catch a brief distortion, a ghost echo lasting less than a heartbeat. One moment, nothing, the next, the entire instrument panel screams warning. By the time human eyes register the threat, the crest already looms higher than the vessel's mast. It is hopelessly late. These rogue waves obey no storm, no season, no law. They form from interference patterns, waves stacking upon waves until their crests converge in perfect resonance. 1 billion tons of mass focus in a circle smaller than a football field, and nature delivers its impossible surprise. Satellite footage from the South Atlantic revealed a ripple transforming into a 100-foot phenomenon in under 15 seconds. Analysts slowed the video, frame by frame, searching for cause. There was none. The ocean simply decided to move differently, for a moment. Imagine being on board an oil rig, towers anchored deep into the continental shelf. The sky looks calm, the wind gentle. Then, out of the mist, this vertical nightmare emerges, striking steel with the force of an earthquake, snapping support beams as though made of paper. Survivors often describe the sound first, a deep, moaning resonance rising through metal hulls, echoing from the depths. It is vibration, pressure, and terror condensed into a single tone. The ocean growls before it bites, and those who hear it never forget that sound. Deep below, under crushing pressure, scientists have detected strange energy pulses moments before rogue waves appear. Some suggest magnetic anomalies in Earth's crust trigger shifting water density. Others whisper about unknown geological conduits breathing through the ocean floor. Computer models try to simulate the phenomenon but fail again and again. A billion data point ocean refuses to confess its secrets. Each attempt runs perfectly, until one fraction miscalculates, and the simulation itself collapses into instability, mirroring the chaos it tries to decode. In 2007, off the coast of South Africa, a freak wave struck a passenger ship. Passengers described a towering wall glowing ghostly green under lightning flashes. It rose so high it seemed to block out the sky, then struck with an impact equivalent to a small explosion. These waves are not merely big, they are predators of physics. Every current, every gust, every undersea ridge serves its evolution. It gathers energy invisibly, storing it longer than anyone suspects, and then it attacks exactly when statistical probability says it shouldn't. Mariners call it the moment that time changes speed. The wave's approach distorts perspective, the ocean tilts, the horizon splits, the air hums like a live electric wire. In that moment, survival becomes math, mass, velocity, chaos multiplied into inevitability. One rogue wave recorded in the North Sea, known as the Dropner wave, forced science to pay attention. Sensors verified its monstrous height, confirming legends once dismissed as exaggeration. The commander who witnessed it said it looked like the sea had decided to erase them all. Predict 100-foot waves means embracing impossibility. Algorithms must account for countless unseen variables, seafloor gradients, temperature membranes, micropressure shifts, even planetary tides influenced by the moon's subtle pull. The calculations verge on supernatural complexity. In darkness, far from land, a deep-sea cable snapped without warning. Engineers reviewing the data discovered a pulse, a sudden surge consistent with a mass water displacement. But no storm, no quake, no record of movement existed above. Something vast had shifted unseen. Marine geologists propose that under certain conditions, trapped methane pockets beneath sediment can erupt violently. When this happens beneath the sea, the eruption displaces volumes of water immense enough to mimic seismic activity. The result can seed a rogue wave within moments. High-speed imaging from research drones captures microbursts of energy rising through otherwise placid surfaces. The footage shows short-lived domes of water bulging and collapsing before merging into larger swells. Once in 1,000, those bulges align, and the sea no longer forgives. Some sailors recount strange lights flickering below before an immense swell surfaces. Bioluminescent organisms caught in the tossing depths flare in reaction to sudden changes in pressure. Their glow creates the illusion of the sea's warning sign, a fleeting halo marking catastrophe. When asked why rogue waves appear at all, oceanographers often pause. There is no single answer, no predictable law. It is as if the ocean occasionally decides to remind us we are guests here, not rulers. Some frontiers of Earth remain beautifully and lethally unsolved. Off Norway's coast, autonomous sensors once transmitted erratic readings seconds before going offline. When divers retrieved the hardware, its casing was crushed inward by external force. The sea had given them evidence and warning, wrapped in a single act of erasure. In old logbooks stored in maritime museums, sketches of impossible waves fill the margins. Hand-drawn crests overshadow ships drawn tiny in comparison. The sailors who survived them left notes shaking with fear, words trembling as if written by hands still soaked in brine. Rogue waves may also rise where opposing ocean giants meet, the Antarctic circumpolar current colliding with equatorial streams. In those remote crossroads, wave energy stacks exponentially, forming conditions nature rarely tolerates. There, satellites sometimes capture what looks like moving mountains. Even underwater cables designed to withstand mountains of pressure detect flickers of abnormal vibration minutes before a rogue wave event. Data specialists describe it as the sea groaning, twisting against its confinement, briefly altering its shape. Then, silence, until it's unleashed. Photographers lucky, or cursed, enough to capture these anomalies describe them as vertical infinity. Through the lens, the horizon warps, the curvature of the sea distorts light, and a 100-foot wall appears smooth, perfect, predatory. Cameras record the truth the human eye denies. When such waves strike land, they rewrite coastlines. Cliffs crumble, harbors vanish, and beaches distort into new geographies overnight. While smaller than tsunamis, their unpredictability makes them far deadlier to those caught unaware. Supercomputers now run experiments linking wind stress anomalies thousands of miles apart to rogue event formation. A gust above the South Pacific may set off a chain of resonance that ends near Africa. The ocean, it seems, communicates through energy, whispering with tremendous consequences. Those who confront such waves often describe time slowing down just before impact. The human brain, desperate to find pattern, stretches seconds into eternity. What follows is pure white noise, a deafening roar that silences even thought. In the deep archives of oceanic research, decades of data hide an unsettling rhythm. Every few years, a cycle of currents, temperatures, and lunar alignments matches the same fingerprints of known rogue events. Some fear this rhythm might peak again soon. Future explorers may one day predict rogue waves, but even then, prediction will not mean control. The planet's liquid heart operates on rules older than humanity. Until then, every voyage remains a gamble between hope and hydrodynamic fate. To witness the ocean rise 100 feet high is to stand before Earth's oldest power, raw and indifferent. It shows us what the planet can do when equilibrium collapses. In that instant, everything small, ships, humans, data, cease to matter. So when the sea is calm, remember this silence carries hidden energy, waiting for perfect imperfection. And when the horizon tilts strangely, or the wind stills without reason, the deep might be winding up once more, for another wave that should not exist. From miles above, satellites may blink at nothing unusual. From sea level, terror manifests in liquid marble. The event passes as suddenly as it occurred, leaving an eternal question in its wake, not if the next will come, but when, and for whom.